And we are live. We should be live. Happy Friday. Friday before Christmas, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good morning so far. Actually, could be afternoon, could be evening, could be too early for you to be here. Did it scare you? Sometimes I don't, there's a delay, so I don't know exactly when it hits. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Let me go back and see, make sure. Bernadette, of course. Hello. Katz, hello. Justin, hello. Tara, hello. If I skip you, I'm so sorry. I saw Autumn in there somewhere. Hello. And I saw Phantom Zone earlier. And someone else was here that I never recognized before. Outrum Stepler and Harry Reeds. Harry Reeds was here earlier. Trying very hard not to say the other name. So I hope you guys are all doing well this morning. And my husband, hello, who should be home pretty soon because they worked too many hours this week. Hello, darling. I got to finish Christmas shopping for my husband yesterday, and it was, I don't know about you guys, but I love buying stuff for other people. Do something really creepy like missing 411. Hello, briefcase. Hello. Yes. All right. So another 55 minutes for you, eh? Cool. Missing 411s are really hard to gather together. I went on the Missing 411 website, and there's so many stories. And I have said before that Darkness Prevails just did one, and somebody else just did one too. And I want to make sure that I don't repeat their stories. That's something that's been a problem with the channels. That's his picture right there. He looks just like his picture. That's his face. He's a very handsome man. He's someone who looks extremely intimidating, but he's a big teddy bear, which I can appreciate because that means that people don't know. I think it's better when people just assume that you're a hard ass because it's a rough world for people that look not so rough, if you know what I mean. But hey, I get to say you're hot. You don't get to say you're hot yourself. It's weird. Chris Watts. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have done the missing 411, so. But the little thumbnail is my husband's face. I took that picture of him myself, actually. And I did a tint to bring out his eyes just a little bit more, but they are very blue. He's got super wide shoulders, so like regular shirts don't fit his shoulders at all. Okay, I actually have stories set aside for you guys, so. And they are Christmas crimes. Some of them are really strange. And then at the end, I have Christmas trivia and Christmas memes. I had some other stuff set aside, but I want to actually save that for Saturday. So, yeah. Yeah, isn't he really close to you, Bernadette? That's really close to you, right? I mean, I think of Colorado as if you live there, then it's close, but isn't he really close? Oh, and there's Harry Reeds again. God, I just want to call him the other name. In the same town? Holy crap. It's so freaky too because after I found it all out, I had already seen his plea to the news. And then right after I saw the plea, because it was like days after everything had happened, and I didn't know the lady and her children were dead, and I didn't know that she was considered missing. And then I'm watching him make this plea, and I'm watching it going, that doesn't seem right. And then boom, it was like, I think it was an hour later, and I started seeing the news where he was charged with the crime. So that's really disturbing. Big time. I can tell I'm losing my voice. I woke up this morning. I started feeling, I think my husband and I both have felt kind of weird this week. And then this morning, like you know how you feel like you're getting a fever, but it's like it doesn't make sense. Like you feel warm, but you're not warm. And now my voice is doing a wonky thing. So, whew. Oh no, you saw the oil tanks? Ugh. Ugh. Mm. Ugh. Yikes. Ooh. Okay. Who's not done Christmas shopping? Flat Earth? Hey, boring day on this flat Earth until now that Duchess is on. That's, that's making me have to live up to some sort of standard, man. I hope I can deliver. Is there anything like, what's the weirdest Christmas gift you've ever gotten from somebody where they put zero thought into it and they don't even really like you, but they were obligated for some reason to give you a gift, either through like extended family that you don't know, or like an office Christmas gift exchange, and you were like, oh yeah, I'm almost done. There's just a few things, and I swear I could just keep going. Laundry basket? Just a laundry basket? Did it have stuff in it, or was it just a laundry basket? That's really, I mean, if it was just an empty laundry basket, that's really strange. Panera gift card? I never go there. You know what though? That's a really good re-gifting gift, because a lot of people do like Panera. Laundry basket. Got ladies perfume in second grade because I was the kid. They thought my name was Michelle instead of Michael. With Mavic. Back scratcher. Hello, Angel. Justin, did I say hi to you? I don't think I did. Angel and Flatten Earth, hello. Back scratcher. Was it, and is it because of where it was from, or because you just like, what is this? I think it's hilarious when somebody puts a lot of thought. Hello, tall guy 32. Panera has incredible food. Super expensive though. I mean, they can be pricey. It depends on what you get. My dad got me a few gifts that he got for opening a bank account during Christmas season. One year it was a pen set, and the second was a date stamper. Like, as an adult, a date stamper is kind of cool when you have like papers you need to do, but I mean, other than that, you don't have a use for it. Got slippers. It was a cool gesture, but the size were like 2 sizes smaller. Like, who would they fit? Like for a child. Matching trash can. Oh, matching trash can. That's odd. Seems like that's something like a brother would get you, thinking you needed them, but like had no actual. I don't know if you guys have heard this story before. I've told it before in a live stream before, but we had this. It was probably like 10 inches tall, and it was a wooden bust of an Indian chief. And my mom would paint it different colors every year. And my brother started this when he was a little kid. He would take it and wrap it up and give it to someone. And so then from that year on, he did it like 2 years in a row, but he was a little kid. It was so funny. So then randomly, one of us in the house would do that to the other person and give it to them as a present. That was the best. Let's see. Yeah, small feet, but this was like for a 10-year-old. I once wrapped up a bag of Funyuns and gave it to someone. My ex, and that's why he's my ex. Let's see. Things you don't buy a lady. Something that involves cleaning, unless she asked for it specifically. There's, Merry Christmas, or pots and pans, like, unless, again, she asked for that specifically, or that they really, really need it, or like a gym membership, or diet products, or exercise stuff, unless she asked for it. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, a scale. No. Yeah. Don't want that at all. Lingerie. Hey, That's a good gift to get for your significant other, but not for someone that's just like not your significant other. It's a weird one to give. Plus, unless you know her exact size, it's probably not going to be, you know what I mean? Lingerie, unless it's stretchy, can be a gamble within itself. What should you never buy a man? I don't know. It's men. It seems like they're hard to give. Seems like more of a gift for yourself. Oh no, trust me, it's a gift that gives as long as it's not torn apart. Anyway, I don't want to get gross in the live stream. Why should you never buy a man? You shouldn't buy a guy those things that you shouldn't buy a girl either, unless they specifically ask for it. Like, if a guy didn't ask for a gym membership, don't get it for him. If he's been wanting one, that's different. But if you think he needs it because he needs to lose weight, do not do it. Just don't do it. Don't do anything that involves self-improvement that you think they should do, but they didn't say that they want to do it. I think that's kind of a rule, right? Buy him a Barbie. Hey, there's some people that like it. Faye Witt, hello. Kitchen appliances unless she asks for it. Yes. Like, I got one of those. It wasn't the actual KitchenAid, but it's like just like it. I got a mixer for my birthday last year, and my husband knew I really wanted it because I make this, all my cookies and breads I make from scratch. But the pumpkin bread gets really hard to stir, and it gets really hard for me to make it. So, oh no, don't do that. Don't do that, Tara. Don't do that. Don't buy that. Anyways, he knew I really wanted that. Don't buy them. Don't buy them enhancement pills. Just like if a guy bought a woman boob enhancing pills. Don't do that, dude. He might be offended. Oh my God. Definitely would be offended. Plus, those are so dangerous. And yeah, don't do that, dude. Don't do that. I asked for a Ken doll and my dad looked at me like I was gay. He got it for me, but he looked at me all disgusted. Whatever. They're just toys. I don't understand that whole thing with that. That doesn't make any sense. But it's so tiny. What? That's an issue you decided. Are you married to this person? You know what I said? It's not the paintbrush, it's the artist. A really good artist can make a masterpiece with a toothpick. Mm-hmm. It's a technique. It's all about technique. Well, then who are you talking about? I'm not sure what you would buy for a man because I've never bought for a man before. Let's see. I can't start telling you what I got my husband because he's listening to the live stream, and I know that he is, and he knows that I have a hard time not telling him what his presents are, and he keeps trying to trip me up. And so far, knock on wood, I haven't failed. So, yeah. Excuse me. Oh, I should have moved the microphone away from my mouth when I did that. I can just tell I'm going to lose my voice. EDE from Fallout New Vegas. A toothpick. You know what I meant, Justin. You know what I meant. Thinking of the canvas, So, all right. You guys can, you guys out there in the stream, you can mention what you think you'd like for Christmas that women never think to get you, and girls, vice versa. And with that, I'm going to get into these Christmas stories here. So these are Christmas crimes. All right, so this first one is titled, All I Want for Christmas is Beer or Else. A 44-year-old South Carolina woman was charged with domestic violence after stabbing a man with a ceramic squirrel on Christmas 2013. I feel like we've read this one before. Charleston County Sheriff's Office deputies found a man covered in blood when they arrived at the North Charleston home of Helen Williams, according to the Associated Press. Williams claimed that the man fell and cut himself. but police said the stabbing occurred because she was irate that he didn't bring home beer. Wow. All right. Oh, so it goes on to say that she used a ceramic squirrel as a weapon after her husband returned home empty-handed for a beer run on Christmas Eve. All right, so I got the numbers mixed up there. Here we go. This Christmas, this one's titled, this is number 2, I Gave You My Heart Attack, and it was fake. So according to police, a Florida man faked a heart attack in the aisle of a Jacksonville area Walmart in December, creating a distraction as an accomplice bolted with a shopping cart full of children's toys. Among the pilfered items were a motorized toy car, a Barbie glam vacation house, whoa, the dastardly pair, 27-year-old Gerard Dupree and 30-year-old Terrace Scott, somehow neglected to account for security cameras at the big box retailer, which captured every moment of the half-witted heist. Both were cuffed soon after and charged with grand theft. The real handcuffs, not the purple plastic kind. Whoever wrote this was a comedian wannabe, I think. Oh my goodness. Number 3, just titled, Brat Gets Angry Over Nintendo Wii Gift, Fights Girlfriend. New Hampshire resident Heath Blom and his girlfriend, 24-year-old Randy Young, were arrested in 2008 after a Yuletide fracas over a Nintendo Wii left both bloodied. Blom, 26, reportedly asked for a remote control airplane for Christmas and was dismayed to receive the popular gaming console instead. The couple argued, and a brawl ensued. When Young went to leave, Blom allegedly grabbed her hair, and in retaliation, she turned around and hit him. And then it says, sometimes video games do cause violent behavior, it seems. Okay, hilarious. No commentary. Let me see what this says here. Yeah, I didn't title them, so I'm pretty easy to buy for because I basically ask for the same thing every year. I'm a sweatpants wearer in a big movie and TV show of 70s and 80s. Huh. This is why I don't wang a Wii. Whoops, want. That's a big difference in that statement. Oh my gosh. Number 4. Santa Claus is coming to Buffalo Wild Wings with weed. A man claiming to be Santa Claus was arrested in January when police discovered him giving away stocking stuffers at a local Buffalo Wild Wings restaurant, according to the Monterey Herald. Police booked the apparently well-intentioned but clueless Randy Lang, 57, on charges of furnishing marijuana, after the man allegedly entered the sports bar carrying a duffel bag packed with 2 pounds of Christmas cheer, which he then began doling out among patrons. That's awesome. And now that it's recreationally legal here, there'd be no crime. Hey, Lang entered the restaurant and began approaching customers, declaring that he was Santa Claus, not simply some dime dozen imposter, and handed them chunks of ganja wrapped in napkins. Lang even stuffed a large amount of the substance in the bar's tip jar before cops caught up with him. And then they end this little story with police are still seeking the elves responsible for cultivating the drug. But now they've woken up and realized it's not a crime. Hallelujah. Number 5, a reptilian Christmas story. Are you dreaming of a slithery, snake-filled Christmas? Donald Lagaste Jr. was when he was charged with stealing 3 snakes and a cash register from Louisiana pet store. In December of 2012, the owner of Delta Pets in Slidell summoned police after noticing that the store's door had been pried open and a $600 python and 2 boas were missing. Police canvassed the area and located a vacant building with a makeshift bed, 3 snakes, and a jail ID card with Lagaste's name on it inside. aggressive detective work was not required to determine that the three snakes, the three snakes, were the same reptiles missing from Delta Pets. What? Hey, bug nuts. Bye, cats. Oh my God. Number 6. My 2x4 just wants to say Merry Christmas. A mall Santa in Atlanta wasn't spreading the Christmas spirit when he beat up a woman with a 2x4. Police said that Elkin Donnie Clark, 49, hit a 74-year-old Annie Ruth Nelson in the face and knocked her unconscious, according to ABC. Clark said he did it because Nelson had stolen $145 of Hershey's chocolates from him, but no one else could confirm that claim. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. Number 7. That time St. Nick was a little too jolly, so sometimes it's possible to be a little too much in the Christmas spirit. In 2009, a drunk Santa Claus stumbled into a sacred family's yard in Wisconsin. Scared, not sacred. A scared family's yard. The family's 2 kids weren't fooled by the blottoed man in red. He smelled like alcohol, so I knew he wasn't the real Santa because Santa doesn't drink alcohol. You know what, 9-year-old Katie? I bet you Santa drinks a lot. Anyway, the drunk imposter tottered around yelling, "Have you seen my reindeer? If you see my reindeer, call me right away," according to the girl's mother. TT, what's the matter, honey? My dog gets a little restless when we're in here. Oh my gosh. Justin, did you buy the wee dinner before you wanged it? No, I'm too cheap. Went straight to wang it. Awesome. All right. Number 8. Santa Claus's burglar fails. The Santa Claus burglar fails spectacularly. A man named Sean Chanel earned the dubious nickname the Santa Claus burglar after he tried breaking into a house through the chimney. Wow. You have to be kind of, I'm not trying to insult anybody here, but you have to be really stupid to think you're going to go into a house through a chimney and not get stuck in it. He got stuck, and ultimately Seattle firefighters had to come and rescue him, according to the Seattle Times. After chopping away at the chimney for 45 minutes, medics freed the mysteriously naked 23-year-old who strangely claimed he was just trying to retrieve his backpack. The judge didn't buy it, and he was sentenced to 17 months behind bars. I would say a mental evaluation would be required. I mean, I don't know why was your backpack in there? Where are your clothes? Why are you on someone's roof? Why are you in their chimney? The questions just could go on, but I don't think jail was the appropriate person. Probably, let's get him straight here. Oh my God, I would have started a fire. Why does it smell like burnt hair in here? Oh shit. Yeah, but I don't talk it in a way that scares her. She hears me record a lot. She usually sits right in here while I'm recording. Okay, there's like, let's see, 5 more of these. And it's a new set of stories. So this is number 1 of the next set here. And it's called Bath Salt Home Invasion. Let's see here. If Clark Griswold took bath salts, then it probably would go something like this. In 2011, a man named Terry Trent of Dayton, Ohio, got blasted on bath salts. Okay, can I just pause here? Who? Number 1 thought, I'm going to put bath salts in my mouth. And number 2, who discovered that they get you high? Number 3, when you heard the stories about how people makes them do insane crap, why would you too also take the bath salts? Anyways, after he got blasted on bath salts, he walked in the back door of his neighbor's house and decorated it for Christmas. He lit candles and tastefully arranged them on the coffee and kitchen table. Terry even hung a Christmas wreath on the garage door and relished in the merry scene by blaring the television while playing with some toys under the tree. The sounds from the TV woke an 11-year-old resident of the house who went next door to inform his mom about the strange man downstairs. This incident raises many questions. What if Santa were real and just had a synthetic drug problem? What if all junkies were so thoughtful? And what the fuck else are you going to do in Dayton, Ohio besides ride the ivory wave to Valhalla? Shit. I didn't see that one coming. That was awesome. Good job, writer. Good job. I appreciate a little dark humor. Or a lot. You know, I'm a fan. Number 2. This is called SantaCon Bank Robbery. Let me check the chat. Let's see. I love your laugh. My laugh is very loud. That's Ohioans for you. Maybe we'll explain a little bit. I lived in Ohio for like 4 years when I was a little kid. Very little. Like between 3 and then I think right before I turned 7. Between 3 and 7. Something like that. So that's probably what happened to me. Obviously, the CIA, they are responsible for all the mind control recipes, including bath salts, president selection, and the murder of JFK. And the taste of KFC. Dun, dun, dun. Paca Lolo. SantaCon bank robbery. Journalists are getting beheaded in Syria. It's near impossible to get an abortion in Texas, and almost half of the world lives on less than $2 a day. Even so, a bunch of assholes dress up like Santa every year, run drunkenly through the streets, and dry hump each other through sweaty plush suits. The only good that can come from such a grotesque public display of whimsy is a good old-fashioned bank robbery. Last year, some fucking genius dressed up like Santa during SantaCon, the seasonal Santa-themed pub crawl for people with strong opinions about football and other useless bullshit, and robbed a bank in San Francisco. And the cops never found him. They never found the money. Isn't all money marked, though? I thought all money was marked so you would know exactly what was what, like what money was stolen, how to track it. I don't know. I know nothing. Oh, nice. GPS, number 3, GPS monitored baby Jesus recovery. So what if you walked into someone's apartment and under the glow of a Miller Genuine Draft light-up sign, there was the pot-bellied figure of a ceramic baby Jesus stolen from a local nativity scene. Wouldn't you be like, wow, Craig, even though you sell tweak to high school kids, you still know how to pull off a good-natured prank? Or would you call the cops? Your answer is irrelevant because the cops are wise to your friend's bullshit. In places like Wellington, Florida, the baby is strapped with a GPS monitoring device. Yes, but we can't put that on regular kids? Anyway, in 2007, a stolen GPS-rigged baby Jesus was found face down in an 18-year-old Florida, of course, woman's apartment. Okay. Wow. Well, Bernadette, you'll like this next one then. Number 4, giant weed Christmas tree. Last year, a Chilean woman reportedly informed her neighbors that she had picked out the best Christmas tree and her kids were going to have the best holiday ever. It turned out the tree was just a giant cannabis plant. Oh, this one says, I hate stoners and frankly hope this woman has a publicly executed as a deterrent to future bullshit. Wow. Wow, writer. I liked you till that. Suck it. All right, the writer's an asshole, but let's move on to number 5. Drunken dance studio float jaunt. In 2006, 42-year-old South Carolinian David Allen Rogers figured he'd volunteer to drive the Christmas float for his local dance studio. And so what if he cracks a beer while he does it? The parade only goes on for like 4 miles an hour, right? You're telling me that a man of fine Scandinavian German stock can't handle a couple of sips of brew? What is he, a Democrat? Oh, this person is an idiot. Let's not get politics involved. But Rogers allegedly sped off, of course, at something in the vicinity of 60 miles per hour, terrifying parents and children alike. He was eventually apprehended and charged with driving under the influence, 18 counts of assault and kidnapping, unlawful conduct towards children, and assaulting an officer, open container, and many, many more. So I'm trying to picture this dance studio float in a Christmas parade, flying down the road at 60 miles an hour, and it sounds hilarious. Okay. So somebody said they wanted me to do some other stories. However, every time I try to look for those stories, I don't have, I have a really hard time finding them. Missing 411. People really, really, really wanted to hear those. Hold on a second. Because I know some people just come for the scary. So I got to give some people something that they want, right? I have to give you something scary. Picture this. It's Christmas Eve night or Christmas Day. Everyone's been eating all day long. As they finish their meals, they take their dishes into the kitchen and set them near the sink. And at the end of the day, you realize you're the one that has to do all of the dishes. Dun, dun, dun. If you didn't think that was scary, then you've obviously never been the one that's had to clean up after a holiday meal. I'm trying to look for something scary for you guys for just a second. I come for the secret recipe that is your delicious voice. Delicious dish. If you're an SNL old school fan, then you would know what the delicious dish is, but not everybody does. I don't think the CIA would be interested in the Colonel's secret recipe. They'd be interested in getting us to eat it, even though it's made of human fetus and butt chicken. Thank you for that. Came because I missed the live shows no matter what you do. Awesome. I'm doing cartwheels in my head, but ooh, I see 33 supernatural stories. Let's see what they are. Let's see if they're any good, because, sometimes they just suck. Let's see what they are. And then after it says 33 spooky supernatural stories that are completely true. Let's see if I read this before. You guys tell me if you've heard this before. So I didn't see it, but I would hear it and smell it. The first place I worked as a nurse was haunted. In the middle of the night, when everyone was in bed, the sound of a wheeled walker would go past the nursing station. There was occasionally a smell like unwashed hair that would occur in a corner of a nurse's station. It didn't smell like anyone was there. It was just the same smell every time. I know that smell very well. I went walking in a cemetery once in the middle of winter and smelled sweet spring flowers like narcissus floating in front of me. Got back to the car and heard skittering in the leaves. There was no wind. I turned around, and 3 leaves were chasing themselves in a tiny vortex. I asked who they were, and the leaves fell to the ground. I've seen that before, too. I thought it was really, really cool. Hello. UFO stories. I've done those before. Those ones are harder to find, and some of them aren't that great. So, but I'll add that to my list with the 411 stories. I try to theme it too to the time of year. So, that's usually why if you're thinking I'm not taking your requests, I am. It's just, let's see, number 2 here. Did you guys recognize that story I just read? Because I haven't heard that myself before. Those are harder to find than you think. Scary Christmas stories. They usually end up being creepypastas. I think I read some last week and earlier, like on a Tuesday, which was my birthday live stream. I read some on that day too. Krampus stories. Yeah. Let's see if they have any. Let's see if there are any here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see if there are any. The story of the Krampus. That's all I can see here. 8 legendary monsters of Christmas. I've actually done 50 Christmas traditions. Was that what it was? 50 Christmas traditions, something like that. And Krampus is in there too. There's a lot of them that I never had heard of before. It was kind of, this one's on how to summon Krampus, which why in the hell would you do that? Krampus creepypasta. Yeah, I don't see any like, there are just creepypastas. So I don't know if scary Krampus stories. Let me see if I can find them. If I can't find them, I'm not gonna waste you guys' time trying to find them here. Just because you never know how to, like, it depends on how you word it. Scary Christmas legends. But yeah, I did that. Yeah, I'm not finding them. It's just the creepypastas about Krampus. Now, of course, Darkness Prevails has a 5 real Krampus sightings video. Krampus sightings. Let me see if I Google that, maybe I'll find it. I don't want to end up accidentally reading from his 5 real life sightings of Krampus. Oh, that's his thing. Oh my gosh. 9 facts about Krampus. 5 real sightings of Krampus. Let me see. That's this on Stitcher. Let's see this one. Does everybody know what Krampus is, first of all? Tara, didn't you ask me to do that last time too? Oh, yeah. See, this is Darkness Prevails. Yeah. 9 facts about him, real sights of. Yeah, I'm not finding them. I mean, if you guys know where I can find them, that's fantastic, but I'm not. People submit stories to him on his subreddit. I can't rightly read those. It's not right. You know what's funny is Jenna Marbles and Julian read from his thing, and then they didn't put his stuff in the description box. So I went there and commented and said, can you please link his stuff to it? I mean, they don't seem like they do that very often. Usually they build people up when they use their stuff, and they didn't that time. And I'm not a fan of that. If you use people's stuff, give them credit. Yeah, I can't even find any, like, oh my God. There are no Krampus stories except for Darkness Prevails, and that means that people have submitted them to him. But here's scary website for kids, and those are fake stories. 5 holiday ghost stories that are actually creepy. Those aren't real stories. Those are creepypastas or just, short horror. Yeah. Ghost stories, kid stories, Christmas stories. The missing cookies. See, these aren't even true stories. They're just Christmas horror stories. Let's try that. And this is the last one I'm going to do because it's me just searching on the computer and you guys listening to dead air. I don't know if anybody wants to do that. Yeah, no. It's just coming up with a lot of Darkness Prevails and then actual Christmas horror stories. That's all it's coming up with. Oh, and there's Reddit. Like, I want people from Reddit coming after me. No thanks. I try not to use anything from Reddit. I don't even go to the website. I just go there to see if I have any mail there. Just because I don't want to be fucking with me from that site. What in the hell is this? Ew. Sometimes I stumble onto things that are gross. I just stumbled onto 100 plus alien abduction stories that will make you believe. Let's scroll through a few of those. Let's see what that says. Hey, Roger. Hey. If anybody joined that I didn't see, sorry about that. I did try to look for Krampus. No success. Just the creepypastas, and then Darkness Prevails um, Krampus sightings. So we will read a few of these alien abduction stories. Sorry, I took a sip of my pop. What is everyone else's favorite non-alcoholic drink? Like if you're thirsty, like my husband is a water drinker and so is my daughter. Like water, that's what they want. Actually, both girls want water. Sometimes I don't drink enough water, but my go-to is I just want one pop. So I feel like the bubbles, like get that thirst quenching thing out of your mouth. I don't know how to explain it. Water or hot tea. Yeah. Which would you guys like to have? GMO, Sunset, Tahoe OG, and some cookie glue. What's Tahoe OG? Cookie glue? What's cookie glue? Eggnog. So if you're thirsty, if you're super thirsty, you want eggnog? Doesn't that get a little thick in the throat there? That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I like the bubbles. Bubbles, my bubbles. All right, let's read this first alien. This said 100 plus. We're not doing 100. I will definitely lose my voice if I do that. I can feel it teetering right now. So let's see how this goes. So this one is, this one is the top 12. So we'll do those ones. So in 1976, four friends in the early 20s went camping in rural Maine. On the second night, they noticed a very bright light, but nothing more. On the third night, they decided to try night fishing. In the canoe, they noticed the bright light again. One of the men used a flashlight to flash his light in an SOS pattern at the light. The light then expanded and enveloped all four men. Excuse me. The last thing they remember, they woke up back at their campsite with no recollection of what ended up happening with the light or how they got off of the water. The fire they'd stoked up before they left just minutes ago, intending it to still be burning when they returned, was completely burned down to embers. The aftermath. Jack Weiner was the first one to start having nightmares. In these dreams, he saw beings with long necks and large heads. He saw the beings examining his arm, while Jim, Chuck, and Charlie sat on a nearby bench, not able to intervene. The beings had large metallic glowing eyes with no lids, and their hands were like insects with 4 fingers. The other 3 men were experiencing very similar dreams, with short mental clips of that night on the lake. In 1988, out of curiosity, Jack Weiner attended a UFO conference hosted by Raymond Fowler. Weiner met Fowler afterwards and related his strange encounter. The investigator was excited about Jim's story, especially the fact that it was multiple witness occurrence. Fowler suggested to Jim that he and the others undergo regressive hypnosis. After the sessions, it was revealed that all 4 of the men had memories of being abducted and subjected to humiliating physical examinations, including the taking of skin and fluid samples. Whoa. The description of the aliens was consistent. The 4 men, being artists, were able to make detailed sketches of the entities, the craft, and the examining instruments. Chuck Rack added that the aliens' test area was similar to a vet's office with a silvery table. He also related a strange fact. He had much difficulty in focusing on the aliens. When he tried, he could not put an exact image to them. He compared it to trying to tune in to a fuzzy radio station. After the psychiatric examinations, all 4 of the men were deemed to be mentally stable, and they all passed lie detector tests. Oh, wow. Has anybody heard of that one? I haven't. Something similar, but it was guys driving in a truck. Wow. That's crazy. Huh. Wow. Only 8 watching now? I bored everyone away. Yeah, creepy. This next one's called a Pascagoula alien abduction. In 1973, 2 coworkers were fishing off a pier in the Pascagoula River when they heard a buzzing sound and saw flashing blue lights. A UFO appeared and 3 humanoid creatures dragged them on board. Inside the craft, they were examined for about 20 minutes before being levitated back to the pier. Afterwards, they went to the police station to report what had happened. While the detectives left the 2 alone, their conversation was unknowingly recorded. And it went something like this. Charlie, I've never seen nothing like that before in my life. You can't make people believe. Calvin, I don't want to keep sitting here. I want to see a doctor. Charlie, they better wake up and start believing. They better start believing. Calvin, you see how that damn door come right up? Charlie, I don't know how it opened, son. I don't know. Calvin, it just laid up. And just like those, son, bitches, just like that, they came out. Charlie, I know. You can't believe it. You can't make people believe it. Calvin, I paralyzed right then. I couldn't move. Charlie, they won't believe it. They're gonna believe it one of these days. Might be too late. I knew all along they was people from the other world up there. I knew all along. I never thought it would happen to me. I never heard that one either. Have you guys? Hey, Jerry, hello. I have a lot of creepypastas favorites. UFO stuff creeps me out. Yeah. Whoa, really? I used to live in Swanton, Ohio when I was a little kid. It's like right outside of Michigan, actually. I don't know where Ohio's Area 51 would be. Ha, it's probably in Swanton. Okay, this one is called Betty and Barney Hill Alien Abduction. In 1961, a married couple, both normal, quote unquote, by all accounts, and leaders in their community, were driving home from a vacation in Niagara Falls when they saw what they thought was a falling star. But it moved around in the sky and began to grow bigger. They decided to drive slowly along the road and follow the light as it grew closer to them in the sky, eventually stopping in the middle of the highway as the object hovered only 80 to 100 feet from them. Now at this point, Barney Hill commits a horror movie no-no and gets out of the car to get a closer look. Come on, man. After seeing a craft with 8 to 11 humanoid creatures in black uniforms in it, he screamed, "They're going to capture us!" and ran back to the car, and the couple drove home. A trip that should have taken 3 hours mysteriously took 7. The Hills could not account for the missing time. Additionally, a lot of other strange things happened, leading them to conclude that they had been abducted. Arriving home about dawn, this is the aftermath, so each one has like an aftermath story to it. Arriving home at about dawn, the Hills assert that they had some odd sensations and impulses they could not readily explain. Betty insisted their luggage be kept near the back door rather than the main part of the house. Their watches would never run again. Barney noted that the leather strap for the binoculars was torn, though he could not recall tearing it. The toes of his best dress shoes were inexplicably scraped. Barney says he was compelled to examine his genitals in the bathroom, though he found nothing unusual. They took long showers to remove the possible contamination, and each drew a picture of what they had observed. Their drawings were strikingly similar. Perplexed, the Hills said they tried to reconstruct the chronology of events as they witnessed the UFO and drove home. But immediately after they heard the buzzing sounds, their memories became incomplete. I'm having a hard time reading right now because I I can feel my head getting hotter. Their memories became incomplete and fragmented. They vaguely recalled a luminous moon shape sitting on the road. Barney recalled saying, "Oh no, not again." Betty thought Barney had taken a sharp left turn off Route 3. After sleeping for a few hours, Betty awoke and placed the shoes and clothing she had worn during the drive into her closet, observing that the dress was torn at the hem, zipper, and lining. Later, when she had retrieved the items from her closet, she noted a pinkish powder on her dress. She hung the dress on her clothesline, and the pink powder blew away. But the dress was damaged forever. She threw it away, but then changed her mind, retrieving the dress and hanging it in her closet. Over the years, 5 laboratories have conducted chemical and forensic analysis on the dress. There were shiny concentric circles on the car's trunk that had not been there the previous day. Betty and Barney experimented with a compass, noting that when they moved it close to the spots, the needle would whirl rapidly. But when they moved it a few inches away from the shiny spots, it would drop down. As time passed, Betty and Barney remembered more and more details of their abduction. It shows a map of a solar system constructed from a hypnotherapy session. Whoa. So apparently during their hypnotherapy session, they mapped out a solar system that I have personally never even heard of before. I'm just going to show you guys really quickly so you can see how weird this is. Just a second here. Right here. I don't recognize any of the names. And unless anybody here is deeper into the solar system and has heard of these before. That's amazing. That's crazy to me. Wow. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Jesse Long, alien abduction. So this man claims to have been abducted many times, beginning when he was 5 years old. Oh, and there's a whole video for that. So I'm just going to skip that one because I didn't realize that that was a video. I was watching, there was a show, and it was the guy that actually played, oh my gosh. It was the new Star Trek movies, and the guy that played the Vulcan guy. Like, I'm drawing a blank. My brain feels so scattered right now. He had a show where he was talking to people about their alien abductions, and there was a few of them that had like a piece that they thought was from an alien encounter. When they had analyzed many, many, many times, they found that it was just like one person had like this chunk of a rock, and it ended up being just like soil from a local farm that it was in his foot. And then there was another guy that had like a I can't remember where he removed this from. He thought that it was like a tracking device from a UFO, and it was a sliver. There was no evidence that it was anything alien. But I don't actually have a favorite color. I like a lot of black. I like the color black and green, and I like vibrant colors. I like things when you look at them, it's like, bam, crisp, clean lines. I don't know. I'm not very picky when it comes to colors. I enjoy color. We have 2 red cars, and I have a lot of red stuff in my kitchen. And black, so I don't know. I can't even really see the names. Oh, yeah, sorry. It's a really small picture. I was trying to see if I could make it bigger, but I couldn't. Okay. This next one is titled Antonio Villas-Boas Alien Abduction. So I think I've heard of this one before. So Antonio was a Brazilian farmer who was working at night because it was too hot to work during the day when he saw a red star in the sky. As the light grew larger, closer, he tried to drive away in his tractor, but it died. He then tried running away when he was accosted by 4 humanoid creatures that dragged him into the now landed craft. They stripped him, covered him with a weird gel, then took blood samples. This is where things get weirder. A female humanoid creature appeared, and then they had sex. Some hand motions followed that Boaz took to mean he had impregnated the creature and that she was going to leave, have the child, and raise it wherever she was from. Then they gave him a tour of their spaceship before dropping him off. He went on to become a lawyer and have a family, if that means anything to you as to whether he was crazy. There's many a lawyer that's crazy. There's a next one that's shows a picture of a couple, but teal. Oh, hello, Outrum. Yeah, you guys tell everybody what your favorite color is in the. Yeah. Excellent. I love that. Clayton and Donna Lee abductions. So, a Texas-based husband and wife claim to have been abducted by aliens multiple times, including once where a fetus was stolen from Donna by the alien trespassers. Clayton claims that he was a child visiting a park the very first time he was abducted, and that he feels the aliens might be studying him throughout his life. I remember just floating up higher, Donnelly recounted about her experience, and all that were around were stars and blackness. And then I blacked out. The couple have had their memories of this event awakened by a local psychologist who, ironically, doesn't actually believe in aliens herself. They've both drawn sketches of the aliens and appeared on multiple media outlets to talk about their story, including one on the O'Reilly Factor. It goes like this. O'Reilly asks, all right, you were abducted multiple times? D. Lee says, yes. O'Reilly asks, did you ever talk to the abductees? I mean, did they tell you where they were from or anything? She says, no, that I don't have any remembering of at all having a conversation, no. O'Reilly, so they just swept you away somewhere. Where'd they put you? She says, different places, different times. I've had memories of being on what I consider the ship because I know it was someplace other than any place I've visited before. O'Reilly asks, so you were in some kind of vehicle? She says, yes, it was a vehicle, a room. It was very cold, metal, a lot of metal. A lot of metal. O'Reilly, did you see the aliens? She says, yes. What did they look like? What I saw on that particular visit, they were tall, slender, blonde, looked human but not human. Not quite human. He says, all right. She says, they didn't really use their voices to talk. The couple say they remain worried about being abducted against almost daily, but that they want to live their lives regardless. Wow. I dress for the season right now. You would think I love gray, but I don't. Blue, any shade. Yeah, I did just say what colors I liked, like quite a bit. I like black and I like red and green. I like vibrant colors. My favorite colors change depending on how it affects me, if that makes sense. Like there can be a bunch of colors in the room, but like right now there's like this blue on the screen and I really like blue right now. It's soothing to me. But not every color of blue is soothing. But it's a striking, soothing blue, if that makes sense. I don't know if it has to catch my eye. This next one is called the Gundaya McKay Alien Abduction. So, in a chilling story that 3 different people were involved in, a 22-year-old named Amy was abducted right out of the window of her lounge room by some sort of flying craft. Amy's husband, Keith, had already gone to bed, while her friend Petra stayed up to read in another room. Petra was abruptly disrupted by a blinding light coming from the lounge room and the sound of shattering glass. The rectangular beam of light was shining into the room, and according to Petra, she saw Amy being pulled out of the window by the light, apparently asleep. Keith then woke up, and both he and Petra searched the house and surrounding area for Amy, who was nowhere to be seen. Keith eventually called the police. Amy eventually turned up miles away, with strange marks on her inner thigh and bizarrely extensive body hair growth. That's weird. Oh, wow. This next one's called Russian Millionaire Politician Taken by Aliens. Let me see if I can get his name right here. I'm going to butcher it. I know I am. Kirsan Ilyumzinov, the former president of the only Buddhist political state, avidly claims that he was once kidnapped by creatures not of this world. He says they abducted him from his apartment balcony and took him to their spaceship. Yeah. I was taken from my apartment in Moscow to this spaceship. We went to some star. After that, I asked them to please bring me back, because the next day I should be in Kalmykia. They said, "Oh, no problem, Kirsan. You have time." When pressed for details of the aliens themselves, he says, "They're people like us. They have the same mind, the same vision. I talked with them. I understand that we are not alone in the whole world. We are not unique." The ship was absolutely enormous. One of its chambers was the size of a large football pitch. Field, I'm guessing that's what I meant. We landed on one of the planets and picked up some piece of equipment. They told me everything in detail. Allegedly, while he was abducted, his staff came looking for him and were unable to locate him until he inexplicably appeared in his suite hours later. I don't know, has anybody heard of that one? That's crazy. Whew. I have reread Pride and Prejudice a bunch of times. I've reread Silver Linings Playbook a bunch of times. And I'm slowly, I'm paused on it for a while now, but it's the White Trash Zombie series. It's pretty good. I like it. Let's see, the Robert Taylor incident. Robert Taylor was a forestry worker in Livingston, Scotland. He was heading to work in the woods in 1979 when he turned a corner and saw a UFO parked in a field. All at once, two small spheres came from the object. They made a sound as their spikes moved over the earth. They came to a stop beside him, grabbing his trousers, and began to drag him back to the UFO. The spiked objects were very similar to the UFO, only smaller. Taylor could smell a strong, sickening odor. He lost consciousness. When he regained consciousness, the spheres were gone, but his red setter was still there. The dog was panicky, running around and barking. Taylor tried to calm him down, but found that his voice was gone. He was very weak, and when he tried to stand, he couldn't. He crawled for a time until he was able to stand again. He finally made it back to his pickup truck and tried to radio his work headquarters via his two-way, but still could not speak. Attempting to drive his truck back home, he got stuck in the mud, so he started a long walk of about a mile back to his house. He arrived at 11:45 a.m. His wife phoned the police once he got home, remarking that he looked terrible. The police began an investigation, having no true explanation for the bizarre tracks left at the scene of the UFO. No aircraft, civilian or military, was scheduled to be in the area according to comprehensive flight logs. I've never heard of that one. Have you guys? Ooh. Forestry worker goes missing for 5 days. Travis Walton is a pretty famous one. You guys want me to read that one? I think it's like the go-to story about UFO abduction. And I'm not sure why they only pick his. Hidden Faith is a scary film. I think I might skip the Travis Walton one just because everyone's heard that a million times. At least I have. This one's called The Manhattan Abduction. Linda Napolitano, originally aliased as Linda Cortile, triggered one of the most well-documented UFO abduction cases when she claimed to have been kidnapped out of the window of her Manhattan apartment building by a flying saucer. She describes her time with the aliens as such. I'm standing up on nothing. They take me out all the way up, way above the building, and I'm hoping I don't fall. The UFO opens up like a clam, and then I'm inside. I see benches similar to regular benches, and they're bringing me down a hallway. Doors open like sliding doors. Inside are all these lights and buttons and a big long table. I don't want to get up on that table. They get me on the table anyway. They start saying things to me, and I'm yelling. I can still yell. One of them says something that sounds like, "No bijek," and I think they're trying to tell me to be quiet because he put his hand over my mouth. Her abduction story has been corroborated by 2 United Nations bodyguards who claim to have seen exactly the scene that Linda described. There was an oval-shaped object hovering over the top of the apartment building 2 or 3 blocks up from where we sat. We didn't know where it came from. It happened too fast. Its lights turned from a bright reddish orange to a whitish blue coming out of the bottom. Green lights rotated round the edge of the saucer. A little girl or woman wearing a white gown sailed out of the window in a fetal position, and then stood in midair in this beam of light. I could see 3 of the ugliest creatures I've ever seen. I don't know what they were. They weren't human. Their heads were out of proportion, very large heads with no hair. Those buggers were escorting her into the craft. My partner screamed. We have to get them. We tried to get out of the car but couldn't. After the woman was escorted in, the oval turned reddish-orange again and whisked off. Years later, in 2001, this photo will be taken at Linda's apartment. The aliens might have been visiting to check on her. I mean, it's the tiniest speck of something in the sky. Anyways, both bodyguards would later go on to suffer severe psychological maladies after seeing what they did that night. Linda still maintains her story to this day. Now, answer me this, anybody in the chat. If you thought you saw a spaceship, would that mess with your psychology? That would just make me, I would feel validated. I'm not saying I've been abducted or anything. I just feel like we don't know enough about our solar system and life in general to assume that there are no aliens and to assume that the people telling these stories aren't 100% telling the truth. So it wouldn't mess with my psychology at all. I just think that it messes with people who feel like they know everything about life. You learn until the day you die. And I always say this phrase, I say it a lot, and that is that a truly wise man realizes he has much to learn. And I think that's Lao Tzu that said that. My friend says that the day before President Clinton was supposed to give an unveiling of alien proof, the Monica Lewinsky got him impeached. Well, he didn't get him. Okay. Real Life Men in Black. I'm going to skip that one because I'm going to read. This is a personal abduction story. So this is a list of alien abduction stories that haven't been covered by the media. These are alien stories from people just like you and me who have extraterrestrial encounters. Okay, so I'm going to read a few of these. Just going to read like maybe 3 of these. They're quite lengthy, so well, not lengthy, but they're more than 2 sentences, which is good. So this one says, I was traveling back home with my mom from my aunt's house on a warm, sunny afternoon. While I was sitting in the passenger seat, an object just appeared in the sky a little to our left. We both saw it immediately. The size of it was what was shocking more than anything. It had the classic saucer shape and was shining brightly because the sun was reflecting off of it. We continued driving down the road a few seconds, just admiring this craft, when all of a sudden, we saw something I still don't believe to this day. Then it just vanishes, disintegrates, disappears, whatever you want to call it. I looked back at my mom, and I could tell her expression that she had seen the same thing. Since the sighting, I've always been interested in UFOs and the possibility of other life in our universe. This object in the sky was definitely not a helicopter, not a hairplane, not an airplane, or a flock of geese. My mother and I still talk about the sighting we had, and we can't come up with a reasonable explanation as to what we saw that day. This is my UFO story. It's not a hoax or fabrication. Everyone laughs at me when I tell them the story, but that's fine. I know what I saw. I mean, yeah, we see stuff out here all the time because even though we're not like out in the middle of nowhere, we do have a big, broad, open sky right above our house. So we see a lot of aircrafts. And there's a lot of times when we look at something thinking, what the hell is that? And it's harder at night too because a lot of aircrafts, especially if they're newer or older, will have weird lights on them that you don't see regularly. So that'll really mess with your mind. Um, Here's another one. I've always felt some encounter stories were real, but what made me truly believe was that one night standing outside watching the stars. It was late, maybe 2 a.m., and out in the country, it was so dark. No street lights, no little to no moon. I was watching what I thought was a satellite moving across the sky from right to left. Didn't think twice about it as I saw them all the time. Suddenly, the satellite stopped and shot off fast, completely disappeared at a 45-degree angle from the direction that it came. I've never seen a satellite change direction ever. It startled me so much that I stood there for a bit wondering if I really saw it or didn't. It's unfortunate that no one was there with me to see it. Yeah, that's a bummer. Oh, this is the third one here. Maybe 8 or 10 years ago, I was with my dad and younger brother returning home to my mom's house when we were driving along this road with forests on either side. My dad noticed it first and said, "Look at that," pointing up through the sunroof, and maybe 20 meters or 21 yards above us, or less, was this big, dark gray circle and these bright white circular lights, all the same size and equally spaced apart. It wasn't moving, or it wasn't moving fast, and it wasn't making any noise as far as I could tell. Although we were in a Land Rover, I think they meant. I could see all the bottom and sides were like square pipes running along it, and although I'm not certain, I seem to think and recall there were symbols or hieroglyphs all over it as well. As we passed it, the top of it looked like a bowl, and it was lighter gray. It remained there fixed and in place for a good 8 to 10 minutes until we drove out of sight. Whoa, that's crazy. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to go to the Christmas trivia if anybody wants to stick around for that, because I thought that would be something fun. Some of it looks kind of dorky, but that's fine. Or cheesy. I'm a big fan of cheese. Back in spring of 97, a group of us neighborhood kids were looking up at the night sky observing the Hale-Bopp comet. I grew up hours from any major city, so the view was pretty clear. After a while, we started to notice a red and white dot circling around each other, making sudden movements in every direction, like no aircraft I have ever seen or seen since. At a certain point, they merged into one craft, then shot out 3 smaller crafts, although we couldn't tell whether it was a craft because they just appeared to be the balls of light. This went on for a couple of hours. Right before the lights disappeared, they accelerated at lightning-fast speed into the darkness. We all went home, terrified of what we saw. The next day, on the front page of our small hometown paper, It said it received several calls. The explanation they gave us was that the local airport was testing aircraft. I'm sure how much I believe that story was because of what I saw. And to this day, whenever I see my friends that were there that night, we'll sometimes talk about it. None of us can be sure of what we saw that day, but none of us have ever seen anything like it since. Ooh. Dun dun dun. Crazy. Oh, is that yes for the Christmas trivia? Hopefully it's like not too stupid. So I found this, and maybe it's stupid, and you're probably all going to know the answers to this. Red light crazy. Let's see. This first one is, if you're ready for the challenge, watch. There's going to be 3 people left in the chat. In the song Frosty the Snowman, what made Frosty come to life? Don't cheat and Google it. In the song Frosty the Snowman, what made Frosty come to life? Do 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 do. His hat. Bing bing bing. You're the winner. I don't have any prizes for you though. Shit. What Christmas decoration was originally made from the strands of silver? From strands of silver, actual silver. What Christmas decoration was originally made from strands of silver? Don't Google it. Don't cheat. People are still saying hat, so. Close. Think smaller. Yep. Ding ding. Garland was pretty close though. But they probably did make some garland out of it, but the tinsel that the little I always put that on my tree too. My dog is finally, this is the first year she hasn't eaten it. Who played George Bailey in the Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life? Has everybody seen that movie? I think I was an adult before I saw that movie. Oh, yeah. Who played George Bailey in the Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life? Yeah. Do you know who played the character, though? Yep, Jimmy Stewart. Jim Halpert. Funny. Hey, it's 1:21. How come you're not home yet, football master? It's 1:21. Stop getting on YouTube so you can come home. All right, let's go to the next one. Per a recent holiday fad, what spy hides around the house reporting back to Santa on who has been naughty and nice? Psh. I am far away, that's why. Are you driving and texting? Elf on the Shelf. I saw one yesterday that made me laugh for like 2 minutes straight, and it was Dwight from The Office on a Sprite. And then I tried to Photoshop Pam on a ham on my phone. I couldn't do it, and I spent like a half an hour trying to do that. That's where I'm at. Aren't you proud of me, everyone? Yes, that's embarrassing. Okay, anyway, hold on. No, that was that one. What Christmas beverage is also known as milk punch? These are too easy. Psh, girl. He's not getting my gift. Oh. Answer that one is eggnog. Yep. Onyx Nightshade. Hey. One of Santa's reindeer shares a name with a famous symbol of Valentine's Day. Which reindeer is that? Do 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 do. Yep, Cupid. Hey, what Christmas-themed ballet premiered in St. Petersburg, Russia, in 1892? I would have never gotten that right, but this is supposed to be one of the easy ones, I guess. Faye Wit, you need to bring your live stream all the way to the end of that red marker there so you can hear them. Yep, Nutcracker. Ding, 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 ding. D'Antoine. Oh my God. In 1981, Bob and Doug McKenzie released their own version of a classic Christmas song. Which one is that? Oh my gosh. My husband's going to get this one before anybody else does. Dun, 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 dun. Bob and Doug McKenzie, eh? Mm-hmm. Really? I thought more people would know the answer to this one. Yep, Bernadette. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a beer. It's one of my favorite ones. Cheech and Chong, Santa Claus. I like that one too. What animated 2004 film is about a train that carries kids to the North Pole on Christmas Eve? That sounds like a scary story. Yeah, that's from Strange Brew. Yep. Hey, coffee. Polar Express. What much reviled Christmas edible is known for its long shelf life? Ew. And I want to know if anyone's ever gotten one of these before. I think if you made it right, it'd taste better. The Bipolar Express. Fruitcake. In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, these are supposed to be the not so easy ones, so the medium level. In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, what was Mr. Scrooge's first name? Oh, come on, this is still easy. It's still easy. Mm-hmm. Shrimp and hot sauce. If you guys didn't know, I for every holiday, except for I didn't do it for Thanksgiving this year, but for every holiday I have I boil shrimp and hot sauce, and it makes it so tender and so spicy. I love it. What was Ebenezer's? Oh, I said Ebenezer. Never mind. I said it. What Bing Crosby, not Bill, what Bing Crosby song is the best-selling single ever? Not the best one, just the best-selling single Christmas song ever. Best-selling Christmas song ever. This one's kind of hard. I don't think I would know the answer to this one if I weren't looking at the answer. Bing Crosby's song is the best-selling Christmas song ever. What's the name of the song? White Christmas, yep. In the early 1800s, the first gingerbread houses were reportedly inspired by what famous fairy tale? Dun, dun, dun. Ooh. This is kind of easy, I think. Even if you don't know, you could probably kind of guess it. There must be a delay with some people. Yep, Hansel and Gretel. I think some people's timeline might be behind because they're answering like afterwards, like when I'm on the next question. So I'm thinking if they just put your little red dot all the way to the very end, and then you'll be in tune with the whole stream. Walking around in women's underwear. That's a funny one. Miracle on 34th Street centers on what real-life department store? I used to really love that movie. Super Friends. Smartass. Demonetized. Macy's. Ding ding. In the song Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, what incriminating evidence was found on Grandma's back? Marshalls. Yeah, it says claws marks, but I'm pretty sure in the song it says hoof marks. How many reindeer are featured in the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," not counting Rudolph? How many reindeer are in the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," not counting Rudolph. Kmart. 8, yes. What traditional Christmas decoration is usually a parasitic plant? Ooh, I didn't know this. I don't know if anybody's going to get this, so I might have to just answer for you. Yeah, it's mistletoe. I didn't know that. Yikes. In The Muppet Christmas Carol, who played Scrooge? Hint, it wasn't a Muppet. Oh, I love that version. I like that version. I like Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol. I don't like the older versions, but one of my favorite ones that really made me like the story was the Muppet one when I used to watch it with my daughter. I absolutely loved it. But I was also a fan of the Muppets when I was. The Muppet Christmas Carol, who played Scrooge? Hint, it wasn't a Muppet. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. If you're just tuning in, we're doing Christmas trivia. Scrooge, I like that one too. It's actually Michael Caine. I didn't know if anybody was going to get it, so I'll just say it. What beverage company has been using Santa Claus in its advertising since 1931? Gonzo. It wasn't a Muppet. Oh. What beverage company has been using Santa Claus in its advertising since 1931? Coke. Yep. According to legend, what holiday goodies were shaped to resemble a shepherd's staff as a way to remind children of the shepherds who visited baby Jesus? Wow. Yeah, and polar bears too. That's right. I like the polar bear commercials. I love those. Budweiser. Candy cane. Yep. I just read, I can't get on Facebook very often. I usually get upset, but I saw that principal banned candy canes from school because they resemble J for Jesus, and that was promoting something. You know, you they have candy canes or the straight stick, if that's an issue for you psychotic reading. Why does everyone have to read more into stuff that's not there? Everything doesn't have a backstory. You can make it whatever the hell you want to. God, you teach. I mean, these are teachers. These are authority figures. I don't know. It's just insane to me. My wife read me that story. Which one? The Muppet Christmas Carol or the Christmas Carol? Let me see. Where was I at here? Okay, I was on the ranting about candy cane squirrel. Um, okay. This says hard, but these look easy too. But some of the other ones were like didn't they were way too outdated, so they could do a lot more updated ones. Anyways, in the movie A Christmas Story, what was the name of the next door neighbors whose dogs ate the Christmas turkey? And we say that in our house all the time. Oh, she did? Okay, gotcha. In the movie A Christmas Story, what was the name of the next door neighbor's dogs who ate the Christmas turkey? Doon, 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 doon. Doon, doo, 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 doo. Ba-doo, 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 doo, doo, doo. Doo, ba-doo. Doo, ba-doo, doo, doo. Doo, doo. The Bumpuses. When he read, God dang, Bumpuses! The dogs. We say that in our house all the time. Sorry about your ears if you had headphones in for that. What figure from English folklore came to be associated with Santa Claus? What figure? This is a dumb one, but if anybody gets this, you get extra Christmas points What figure from English folklore came to be associated with Santa Claus? I don't have the patience to watch A Christmas Story. We just laugh and laugh at it because there's some things that were, yep, Father Christmas. Hey, Dubco. Bumpuses. Oh, I didn't see that you said that up there. That's funny. Name the animatronic cassette-playing bear toy that every kid wanted for Christmas in the mid-'80s. Oh, my God. I've heard so many horror stories about this, too. Name the animatronic cassette-playing bear toy that every kid wanted for Christmas in the mid-'80s. Yep. Teddy Ruxpin. I've heard a lot of people talk about when they take the batteries out and it would still talk. In the 1964 classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what was the name of Rudolph's faithful elf companion? Ooh, that might be kind of hard. In the 1964 classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what was the name of Rudolph's faithful elf companion? I'll wait just a second here because it might be elf. Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, Hermie. It's Hermie, but yeah, that's what I would have said too. I would have said Herbie. Tooth. I want to be a dentist. According to the folklore of Austria and other countries, what horned figure punishes the naughty children at Christmas time? Well, Ryan should get this one first since he wanted us to do all the stories about it, but Human. Krampus. Yeah, there you go. In the TV special How the Grinch Stole the Christmas, what 3 words best describe the Grinch? And that's in that song, too. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. What 3 words best describe you are mm, mm, bum bum, Donald Trump. Hawaiian Santa. I'm going to see if anybody gets this one. I'm curious. What 3 words best describe the Grinch? Yep. I could hear this song in my head, and I don't know why it said the Christmas special. I can't remember if that song is in the movie or the show at all. I just remember hearing that when, like, I can hear James Earl Jones say, stink, stink, stunk. What well-known Christmas carol became the first song ever broadcast from space in 1965? Holy crap, I never would have known this. Someone might have to Google this one just to get it because it's too hard. What well-known Christmas carol became the first song ever broadcast from space in 1965? This is a hard one. Nope. That's crazy. I did not know this before. I just now read this. Jingle bells. Yep. Ding, ding. In what modern-day country was St. Nicholas born? I didn't know the answer to this either. Wow. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know the answer to this. We never went to space. Okay. What modern-day country was St. Nicholas born? I would never think that this would be termed as a modern-day country. But, okay. Should I just tell you? That's Turkey. St. Nicholas was born in Turkey. Crazy. I never would have guessed that. What Christmas carol does the Peanuts gang sing at the end of A Charlie Brown Christmas? God, I didn't know the answer to this one either. What Christmas carol does the Peanuts gang sing at the end of A Charlie Brown Christmas? Someone said, turkey. They sang Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I never would have guessed that. I would have thought it was Silent Night also. I thought it was Silent Night. I don't know. Now I'm going to have to watch it just to see if they're right. There's only 2 more. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas was originally published under what name? No one's going to get this right, so I'll just give you like a few seconds to guess. but no one's going to get this. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas was originally published under what name? Charlie Brown is boring. I used to love it when I was a kid, though. I loved Snoopy. I just loved Snoopy. I always felt like I could understand him. I'm just going to tell you. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas was originally published under the name A Visit from St. Nicholas. Who the hell would know the answer to that? The person that wrote it. That's it. Here's the last one. And ADHD won't allow for boring show without action. What holiday movie sequel included a cameo by Donald Trump? What famous holiday movie sequel includes a cameo by Donald Trump? I'll be curious to see if anybody gets this one right. Yep, Home Alone 2. Ding, 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 ding. Bug nuts, you get to eat Santa's cookies on Christmas Eve. You're the big wiener chicken dinner. 34 Street. Nope, it's... You know what, though? He could be in other ones. You can probably look up his Wikipedia, and there's probably, like, all kinds of cameos that he's made. Just like in some shows where they're watching... what was that show? He was like, "You're fired." What was that show called? And I think that several shows referenced that. And then, like, he would be on screen on the TV inside of a movie or a show. I usually am Santa. Yeah, me too. We don't have to play the whole Santa thing here anymore. So it's refreshing, and it's refreshing and sad at the same time. I miss the whole Santa thing, you know. So yeah, I do. Somewhere in this very room is a letter from Santa from either last year or the year before, and I just read it to my husband. It was so funny. If you guys want, I'll read it to you. Because I'm usually the one that's responsible for writing them. And I think it's actually right. If I can grab it from where I'm standing right now, then I'll read it for you. If not, then I'm not going to yank the thing out here. Oh my God, it's right here. If you guys want, I'll read it to you. Santa's a bit of a card. All right. Family Guy. Okay, so Santa comes to our house, and you have to look in your stockings. But before you do anything, you have to read the letter from Santa. Here is Santa's letter from last year. Dear Emily, Cameron, and Avery. Ah, such good spirits you are. And my, how you've grown. So much so that Santa did not see any cookies or milk left out for me. I also do not recall any letters of requests for anything this year. Hashtag real interesting. Anyway, Santa does not care about such things. Santa only wants you to be happy and healthy. Santa also wants you to listen to your parents and be good citizens and help out someone when they need it. Especially when someone falls down. And it's really funny and you think, wait, should I record this and put it on Snapchat? I hope you all have a good year, and I will await a letter from you for the next Christmas season. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Love, Santa. P.S. Seriously, not one cookie? P.P.S. I'm just kidding. It's cool. Anyways, Santa leaves those every year and gets more sarcastic as the years have went on. I can't remember if that's from last year or the year before. Could have been from 3 years ago. I don't know. Is there anything like that you guys do on Christmas or Christmas Eve that's like a tradition that no matter what, like it doesn't cost money. Like it doesn't cost money for Santa to write a letter. We always like playing games all day, and we do like to go to the movies, but if we're having too much fun to go to the movies, then we just stay here. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that don't celebrate Christmas, so then they work at the movie theater. But Nazi Claus. Is that your tradition, Nazi claws? There used to be, it depends on the year. I used to like to let everybody open a present on Christmas Eve. It's too hard though, and I'm having such a hard time not telling everybody what they got. So I'm going to be really relieved when Christmas is over, so I don't have to try and not tell everybody what they got. So unless anybody has anything else they want to request. That's funny. Hey, check out Kurt Russell's Christmas. I was going to watch that. I'll probably watch it today now after this. Ooh, probably have some chicken broth. No gift this year. No gift this year. Jewish children don't celebrate Christmas. So that's why he doesn't bring Jewish children presents. However, I know several people that are like one parent is Jewish and the other is Christian and they celebrate both holidays. So I don't know how confusing that might be. But it sounds kind of cool. Creepy Santa pics. We can wrap it up with that. I actually had found Christmas memes before we started this. Hold on, let me make sure I saved that and this too. Okay, yes, I did. So I found something else to read for you guys in the future. I do that all the time and then set it aside so that we can enjoy that. But I found a bunch of Christmas memes. Have you guys ever looked up horrible family Christmas photos? Those are hilarious. My grandmother usually pulls out some nice pajamas at the last minute. My kids say they want to be Jewish for the 8 nights of presents. Haha. Yeah, but it's not like 8 like iPods. Or it's like 8 things. Okay. Hilarious Christmas memes by Bored Panda. Let me take a gander and see if they're funny. I feel like they really played up when they used the word hilarious. You keep on using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. This one was actually really cute. Okay, I'll just share it with you and then we'll go through this and then we'll wrap it up. How about that? So I guess if you don't like memes, funny things, and Christmas or me, then, bye. But anyways, the boys have to be circumcised. Oh. Here we are. My dog's favorite toy is Santa. So we brought our dog to see Santa, and there is their dog, like super happy to be with Santa. And that's the cutest thing I've ever seen. That's not hilarious. That's just cute. So this year we bought a 20-foot Christmas tree and cut it in half so it looks like it goes through the roof. That's great. How do they secure that to the roof? Didn't we look at these ones before? I feel like we've looked at these before. Oh boy. Let's not. Okay. Christmas tip. Wrap empty boxes and put them under the tree. And every time your child acts up, throw one of them in the fireplace. Yeah. I'm this close. When your gingerbread fails, add dinosaur. That's awesome. I don't know if these are that funny. Thank goodness you're home. The Christmas tree fainted. There were years where we had to put a perimeter around our tree, and for several years we had to tie our tree to the wall so that it wouldn't happen. And for many, many years, from the bottom half of the tree up, everything would get eaten off of it. Like, I don't know how my dogs lived through that. I don't. It's insane. Yes, I think we've looked at this before. We have looked at that before. So we're just going to go to these. I've seen your Facebook statuses. I mean, that's not even that funny. What does this one say? Justin Bieber's still alive. Oh my God. These are stupid. Just once, I want them to just be funny. For real. 20 of the best Christmas memes to share. Oh, I'll be the judge of that. We'll be the judges of that. Yeah, actually, they found that guys get less infections when they're not circumcised. But that's neither here nor there. 20 hilarious Christmas memes that perfectly describe the holidays. All right, let's see them. The Pine Family Christmas. Yay! It's a skeleton with flies around it. I mean, you can get a fake tree. Okay. There's the same friggin' tree again. You're bringing friends? We're Christmas lights. When one of us goes out, we all go out. Are these hilarious to you guys? Is someone laughing so hard they can't type in the chat? Can anyone admit that these are not funny? Other people, it's too early for Christmas. Me, you sit on the throne of lies. Mariah Carey, when one snowflake falls, comes back from the dead. How I feel when I put sprinkles on a Christmas cookie. These are not that funny. Horrible Santas. Christmas fails is what we meant to look up, not memes. The memes aren't that funny. You know when you try to find something funny, it just doesn't work. Christmas fails. All right, 17 Christmas fails that'll boost your confidence. I feel like we've looked at this before. Let me see. Breakfast with Satan. My thing is like awkward. There we go. Squirrel. Breakfast with Satan, Saturday, December 14th. Awesome. It's at a church too, so you should be okay. We've looked at this before. Boo. This is the only Christmas fail I'm experiencing so far. But Christmas fails so funny that it'll make you evil laugh. Okay. I feel like people are always trying to do the best title ever. Warmest greetings. And it looks like a butt. It's supposed to be mittens. But it looks like a butt. Oh, someone drew the fingers on. Okay. The Star Wars fan who ordered a Rey ornament that couldn't have looked less like Daisy Ridley if it tried. Okay. The woman who just wanted to get the tree down from the attic, but went through the drywall. Oh no. Oh my God. And the person who wanted to keep their tree to stay vertical. Motherfucker. A parent who only wanted to see their kid perform at the school holiday show. Oh, okay. The kid who was a little too excited to open their present first. Oh my God. Who would put just don't put money right next to paper. It's going to get destroyed. Whoa. Whoa. And the person who only want to wrap their gift of a vacuum nice and special. I think I've seen that before. Looks like a giant dick. The person whose peanut butter tray looked more like something that came out of the dog. Still going to eat it because it's still delicious. The employee was happy to get a $50 gift card as a Christmas gift from his boss until he saw it was deducted from his paycheck. Wow. That was a dick move. Oh my God, what's this? The mom who only wanted to make her family a delicious treat for Christmas morning. Oh no. That looks like banana pudding. Has anybody ever had that? Bananas and then or vanilla pudding and then vanilla wafers. That might be one of my favoriteest desserts ever. We've seen some of these like a million times. The person who covered all their presents in this Scrabble wrapping paper and then saw that it says Tismas Carol. You're in my heart. And the holiday reveler, whose heartwarming ornament was grammatically challenged. Oh no. You are in my heart. Just in case anybody's wondering what's wrong with that. Apostrophe R-E. The family that only wanted to put their reindeer figures out without their dog straight up decapitating one. I mean, these aren't even that funny. Boo. BuzzFeed, how dare you? These better be hilarious. This is the last time I'm trying them. I feel like I'm letting myself down at this point. Oh, yeah, I think we've seen this before. Shh. Shh. Oh my gosh, the ads on this website are ridiculous. Delusions were made and some kids' Christmas is ruined. Well, I mean, it's one tiny thing of a car. I think it'll be all right. Oh. Can you get the Venom amount? Oh, yeah. Somebody wanted to do that. Oh, we've looked at these before. Oh, I'm just disappointed. Just disappointed. Oh. There's a whole video of those. There's tons of those videos around, so I will let you guys scour YouTube for those. And actually, there's tons of them right there. Right when you look for Christmas fails, there's tons of them right there. Christmas gift fails. Those are funny, but yeah. Boo. Hey, Gling, we're wrapping it up actually, so but you can go back and listen and see if you can get any of the trivia questions right. I put my hand over my mouth like you could see me doing that. Oh my God. Anyways, I did explain earlier in the stream that I feel like I'm coming down with the cold a little bit. But the weather here is like warm, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold. And I feel like it's really messing with my allergies. Yesterday I felt fine. Last night I felt funky. So being a little funky right now. And on that note, unless anybody else has anything to suggest or request, I'm going to wrap this up. Let me see here. I don't see anything in there. Oh, I should stop sharing the screen, eh? Yeah. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. You guys will have a video on the channel tomorrow. Patreon people, you'll have another bit of Christmas audio today. And I'll make sure you guys have, everybody has something on Tuesday as well. Even though it's Christmas, I'll just make sure it's recorded in advance. At least that way it'll just be straight up entertaining and not me wandering the internet looking for stuff. Oh, that's really sweet. Then I'll make sure you guys have something to listen to on Christmas because, yeah, maybe my husband can get in on it. He can be my sounding board. We've talked about doing like a podcast or something like that. So I guess it would be kind of like a podcast, but it'll just be on here. So anyway, maybe tourists kidnapping, stealing all their money another time. Oh, yeah. Another time. Okay. Okay. On that note, I'm going to say thank you for coming to the live stream. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you have a good Christmas because I won't be live. I won't be talking to you guys live until the Thursday after Christmas because I'm going to pre-record something for you for Christmas Day so you can at least have something to listen to. So I will say directly to you, Merry Christmas right now. And I really do hope you have, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a good holiday no matter what you're celebrating. But to those of you that do celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. And I hope you have a drama-free Christmas. That's what I ask for most things. I just want people to be happy and healthy and feel drama-free and have a relaxing, peaceful day. Can't ask for anything more than that. Gifts are here and there. They come and go. The peaceful memory of Christmas lasts a long time. So I hope you have a good one. And until next time, bye, bye, bye.